Hi, I'm Kitty, and I'm back with another episode of 3,000 Questions About Me. Yay! So, we're going to answer a few more questions. I don't know what we're answering because it's going to depend on what I land on. Okay. If I could replace one body part with a bionic replacement, which would you choose? My lungs. My lungs. I know that sounds weird. I've heard others could be like an arm, a leg, a foot. My answer is my lungs. I've had breathing issues ever since I can remember, and I think that would help a lot. So I'm just thinking that was a simple one. Let's see what's next. What is your favorite thing about nature? Harmony. For the most part, like other than the cycle of life where everybody needs to eat, everything is in most places, everything's in harmony. That's my favorite thing about nature is different creatures can live together in different habitats. They don't fight. There's no drama. And everything usually looks fairly decent together. The colors always match. So harmony is my answer to that. Let's go here. What keeps you up at night? Everything I've ever done wrong, everything I ever will do wrong, everything that could possibly go wrong. Everything that I can possibly analyze and then overanalyze and then reanalyze and figure out exactly, if I said this, how would it have gone? If I said this, how would it have gone? If I didn't say this, how would it have gone? In case you haven't noticed, I may have slight insomnia issues and anxiety issues because I stay up at night by overanalyzing everything I've said that day and everything I will say the next day, and relationships and life and family and whether or not people are going to be here tomorrow and what I can do about it, and the list goes on. But on a typical day, what keeps me up at night is things like what I didn't finish that day and what I need to add on to the next day and what I'm not going to get done the next day because there's not enough time and I don't have the energy. There's always something that is unfinished and that bugs me a lot because it's just not possible to do as much as my brain and as much as my heart wants me to do in a single day. I take on too much. We all know this. But I still get frustrated when I don't complete everything. So, what keeps me up at night? Everything. What keeps me up at night is literally, I'm going to say, unfinished tasks and I don't know how to word it. Emotional analyzing, I guess, of conversations. I do have anxiety. I'm told that's a symptom. Anyway, so let's go to the next one. Jason Bourne or James Bond? Who is your favorite spy? Inspector Gadget. No. Between Jason Bourne or James Bond, really? Which James Bond? Because my answer is going to be different. Honestly, I'm going to say Jason Bourne because Bond is more sex crazed than Bourne is. So I'm going to say Bourne. What hate or hatred have you held on to? I do not recommend hating people. It is toxic. That said, abusers, those who have abused me or my family members, I have not yet been able to forgive. And I don't think I ever will be able to forgive them. And I know that it's toxic to hold on to hate, but I'm not there yet. Like, if I see them, I'm going to react, and it's not going to be in a good way. I'm writing exactly that down. My abusers and the abusers of my family. There's a lot of violence in my life when I was young. There's a lot of moments where I thought I was going to be killed, or my mom was going to be killed, or my brothers were. It was terrifying. And then there were moments where I found out people in my family were abused, and I didn't notice it and couldn't fix it and couldn't save them and couldn't help them. And like, I know it's not my fault, but I'm still mad about it, because I wish I could have helped. I wish I could have got them out sooner. I wish I could have, done anything. And unfortunately, I couldn't. So, yeah. These are getting scary. Okay. What company or brand has the funniest commercials? I don't remember what it's called. So growing up, there was this furniture store by us, in Wisconsin Rapids, and they used to have, like, I think they were raccoons that would come in and, like, sit on the furniture because it was comfortable. So an old furniture store, and then there's I think that's it, honestly, because, like, there's ones that are funny, but I don't think they're that funny. Okay. How do you feel about fracking in a few words? So fracking is drilling for oil. I believe, like, in it. That's not all it is, but that's like the gist. I actually don't know. I think that there should be a limit. Okay, so I'm not against it, but I think there should be regulations. So, like, I just signed something for that. So, like, I don't think they should be fracking near residential areas just in case. And I don't think, like, and I'm not the world's biggest expert on this, so, like, I'm not gonna. I'm just saying what I think at this point in time. That may change later on down the road. I'm not that naive to know that my opinion cannot change, or to know that my opinion, you know what I'm trying to say. I know my opinion might change later. So I'm not against it. I'm not for it. I do think, like, I'm right on. I think that it should be regulated, and I think that certain areas should be protected from it. I do think that they should stay away from residential areas, or if they're going to go to residential areas, they need to be able to pay those people to move to a place that's at least a level above where they are. And if there's oil found on their property, then, like, they should get part of those proceeds or something along those lines. I haven't really thought about it too much. So regulations, portion of proceeds. That's really about all I don't really know. I don't know that much about it, to be honest. I did research it once. One. Next one. What does the logo for your life look like? palette. A palette, like a painter's palette. Let's see if I can do it. Like a painter's palette. And I did this once. Painter's palette with like a K somewhere, probably. Something. I don't know. Maybe something like that. It kind of looks like a heart, an anatomical heart. And then the paint and a K. K for Kristen. Okay. Okay. Do you know how to jump rope? Yeah. I mean, that's not. I can't do double dutch, but I can jump rope. It's not a random question. Are there people who don't know how to jump rope? Is it like riding a bike where some people know and some people don't? Never really thought about that one. You're starting a band in the morning. What's your band's name? Good morning. That's my band's name. I don't know. Band name? Probably something stupid like the Cool Cats. I'm not good at naming stuff of my own. All I can think of is actual band names, so I don't know. Actually, maybe something like the Crayons, because we all color and sing and bring different emotions to everything. So I'm going to say something like the Crayons. I'm not starting a band, y'all. I can't sing. We all know this. All right. How good are you at trivia questions, and what trivia subject would you excel at? Poor. I am poor at trivia questions. I fail Trivial Pursuit all of the time. Trivia subject I would excel in would be anything literary, books, poetry, things like that. So, poor literature. Okay. Let's do one more. One more. When you're feeling sick, what makes you feel better? Sleep. I don't really have a regimen for when I'm ill. That was a boring question. I want to end on like a good one. Who do you sometimes compare yourself to? Everyone? Like everyone. I'm not kidding. My leaders. That sounds weird. I work in a direct sales team, so like those above me, I tend to compare myself to those who are, in my opinion, in better positions in life, or in the company I'm in, or like I compare myself to fellow artists all of the time, or network marketers, where I'm like, okay, what are they doing that I'm not? I compare myself to other members in other teams in other companies. It's actually one of my issues is I tend to compare myself to a lot of people, and I have like zero relationships with half of them. So I'm actually going to write down everyone because I do. It's something I do unconsciously, and then I'll realize where I'm like, hey, the girl has awesome hair. How's my hair in comparison to hers? Or it's like, oh, they got a promotion. How'd they do that? And then you reflect. So I think we all do that in various ways, but I know I do it a little bit more than I should. I'm going to do one more and then we'll end this one. Have you ever read a tabloid? If so, which one? Is that like the fakey news? I want to say the Inquirer. I think that's what it's called. Inquirer. I don't know if that's a tabloid or not, but I read it. Okay, so I'm gonna end this one, and I'll see y'all later. Take 5 minutes, wash your face, read a book, go for a walk. Remember, self care is important, and go take 5 minutes for you. I'll see y'all later.